As the night becomes quiet, take a slow breath. Let your shoulders soften. Let your jaw relax. You do not need to hold yourself together right now. You do not need to have answers. This is a safe moment, a gentle pause at the end of the day. God is here with you, not in a rush, not asking anything from you, just present, just near. Allow yourself to rest in that nearness. Allow your heart to slow down. Nothing else is required of you tonight. Let the sounds around you fade. Let the day gently loosen its grip. Whatever feels unfinished does not need your attention now. You have arrived at the end of this day, and that is enough. God welcomes you exactly as you are. Tired, quiet, human. You are not alone in this stillness. You are being gently watched over. You may rest your thoughts for a while. Let them drift without following them. This moment is not about doing, but about being still, being safe, being held in God's quiet care. Tonight, we remember a gentle moment from the life of Jesus. In the Gospel of Matthew, Jesus says these quiet words, "Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." He does not ask what is broken. He does not ask what you tried to fix. He simply invites the tired to come close, and in his presence, rest is given. This invitation is gentle. It carries no pressure. Jesus does not promise that everything will be solved tonight. He promises rest for the soul. A rest that begins when we stop carrying what was never meant to be carried alone. As this day comes to a close, you may feel the places where effort did not work, the conversations you could not change, the feelings you could not calm, the situations you tried to manage but still remain unresolved. There are moments when we realize how limited we are, not because we failed, but because we are human. You may have prayed. You may have tried to be patient. You may have done everything you knew how to do. And still, some things remain broken. Some questions remain unanswered. That can be heavy to carry. It can create a quiet tension inside, a sense of responsibility for things beyond your control. Tonight, God does not ask you to understand why. He does not ask you to explain what went wrong. He invites you to notice your limits without shame. There are things you were never meant to fix alone. There are wounds that require a gentler touch than your own strength. Admitting this is not weakness, it is honesty. And honesty is the doorway to rest. When you allow yourself to stop striving, you make space for God to work in ways you cannot see yet. Tonight is not about solutions. It is about surrender. Let that truth softly settle in your heart. You do not lose hope when you release control. You make room for trust. Trust that God sees what you cannot repair. Trust that His care reaches deeper than your effort ever could. Even now, He is at work in quiet ways. And now, we gently turn our hearts toward God. There is no sudden shift, no need to change your posture, just a soft turning inward. Let your breathing slow again, in, out. With each breath, imagine setting something down, a worry, a question, an unfinished thought. You do not have to name it. God already knows. This is the moment where words become prayer, not rushed, not forced. We move forward quietly, trusting that God is listening and ready to receive everything we place in His care. Jesus, here in the stillness of this night, we come to you just as we are. We come without pretending, without strength we no longer have. You see the places in us that are tired from trying. You see what we have carried longer than we should have. Tonight, we bring you what we cannot fix, the situations that feel stuck, the wounds that have not healed no matter how much we hoped they would, the patterns we tried to change but could not. Jesus, we admit our limits, not with fear, not with shame, but with trust. We place before you the parts of our lives that feel fragile. Heal what we cannot reach. Touch what we do not understand. Heal the quiet places in our hearts where disappointment settled. Heal the memories that still carry weight. Heal the emotions that feel tangled and unclear. We do not rush you. We do not demand answers. We rest in your wisdom. Jesus, you healed with compassion, with presence, with gentle attention. So tonight, we ask for that same gentle healing. Heal our bodies as we sleep. Ease the tension we hold unknowingly. Bring balance where there is strain. Heal our minds. Calm the thoughts that repeat. Quiet the inner noise that keeps us alert when we long to rest. Heal our souls. Restore what has been worn thin by worry, responsibility, and unspoken grief. Jesus, we trust you with the timing. We trust you with the process. We trust that healing does not always come as a sudden change, but often as a slow, faithful work. Even now, as we lie here, you are near. You are not distant. You are not overwhelmed by what feels overwhelming to us. So we place ourselves fully into your care. We release the need to monitor our healing. We release the urge to measure progress. We allow ourselves to simply be held. If there is forgiveness needed, we receive it gently. If there is forgiveness to give, help our hearts soften without forcing it. Jesus, we give you tomorrow. We give you the questions waiting for morning. We trust that you will meet us there just as faithfully as you meet us now. Tonight, we choose rest over worry, trust over control. We settle into your presence, knowing that you are enough. Enough for this night. Enough for our healing. Enough for us. Jesus, there are layers within us that we do not have words for. Places formed slowly, through time, through silence. You see those layers clearly. You know where pain settled quietly, where we learn to endure instead of heal. Tonight, we do not analyze them. We do not pull them apart. We simply bring them to you. Touch the parts of us that learn to stay guarded, the places where hope feels careful, where trust feels fragile. Restore gentleness within us. Jesus, heal the way we speak to ourselves. Where our thoughts have become harsh, replace them with your compassion. Heal the way we carry memory. Where the past still whispers, let your voice be stronger, not louder, just truer. If our bodies remember stress long after the moment has passed, teach them how to release, how to soften, how to feel safe again. Let healing flow without pressure, without expectation. We give you our nervous energy, the constant readiness, the quiet alertness that never learned how to rest. Teach our systems that they are not alone. Jesus, be present in the slow work, the unseen progress, the healing that happens without announcement. We trust that even sleep can be sacred, that rest itself can be part of restoration. So as we drift towards sleep, continue your gentle work, not by force, but by love. Hold us through the night, heal us as we rest, Remain with us until morning comes. Jesus, in this quiet hour, we trust you with the parts of healing that take time, the parts that do not show results quickly, the parts that require patience we do not always have. Help us rest without measuring ourselves, without comparing today to yesterday. Teach us that healing is not a straight path, that gentleness is progress. If our hearts have grown tired of hoping, renew hope softly, without pressure, without disappointment. Let trust return like a slow sunrise, not sudden, but sure. Jesus, be close to our breath tonight, near enough to steady it, near enough to calm us. Let your presence replace the need to stay vigilant. We do not need to protect ourselves in your care, so we let go again and again, until rest finally comes. May the peace of God settle softly over you now. May it move through your body like a gentle wave, loosening what has been tight, quieting what has been restless. You do not need to stay alert. You do not need to watch the night. God is watching over you. May your mind grow still, free from replaying the day, free from planning tomorrow. May your heart feel lighter, knowing that nothing important has been forgotten. Every concern you released is safely held by God. As you rest, may His presence surround you, steady and unchanging. If you wake during the night, may peace greet you before worry does. You are not alone in the darkness. You are deeply known, deeply loved. May your sleep be calm. May your rest be restoring. May you wake renewed, carried by grace through the night. As this prayer comes to a close, you may softly say Amen. A quiet yes, a gentle trust. If there is anything still resting on your heart, you may offer it to God now, without pressure, without words. If you feel comfortable, you are welcome to share your prayer requests in the comments below. This is a place of peace and care. May your night be calm. May your rest be deep. Amen.